Next server which we will configure is CA server. So this is our topology. Again, I will use this Windows Server 2012 as a CA server as well. Okay, we already configure Active Directory, DHCP, DNS, and then NTP. Now we will make this server as a CA server. Okay, we call them CSR as well. So I'm here in this PC. Let me take a remote desktop to 230. I already take remote desktop to 230, and you can click add role and feature and choose the first one. Click next. Choose the server which we have 100.230. Next. And here you need to choose the first one, Active Directory Certificate Services, and it will show you a window. You need to add these features and click next. Choose the default one, click next. I believe we need .1x later on, but let's leave it. We will install differently. So this is Active Directory Certificate Services detail. Click next, and we need to choose all these. So click add feature, click this one, click this one, add features, click this one, and click this one as well. So I'm going all these role, okay, all these services. So I tick all these services, click next, and role services, okay, click next, click next. Okay, no need to do anything. This is a web server, okay, it will install IIS. So click next, no need to restart, and click install. So it will take some time to install all these features. So let me resume the video. When it's done, I will come back. Okay, so this is the way which we done. So I select Active Directory Certificate Services, then select feature, click next, then ADCS, Active Directory Certificate Services, just introduction, and then we select all these services, click next. So it will install web server role IIS, okay, and you need to do nothing here and just click next and click install. So now all these features will be installed. After that, when it's done, we need to click configure Active Directory Certificate Services. So it will take some time to install all these features. So let me go back. It will take some time, it's taking time. So we are here now. After that, we're gonna configure Active Directory Certificate Services. Okay, so let's go back. So now it's done. So there is configure Active Directory Certificate Services on the destination server. You need to click here. Either you can go there and click. So let's click on this one. So it's open Active Directory Certificate Services. So it's asking the credential for this user. Okay, so before using this user, what you need to do? You need to do one small thing. Go to Active Directory user in computer. Okay, and by default administrator is not added. So let's go to user and click administrator user and go to member of. So he is not member of IIS server. So click add IIS server and check name. So this is IIS users and click OK. So I add them to this group as well and click OK. That's what you need to do. Otherwise it will give you an error. So that's why now let's go back here and next, and select the first three. One, certificate authority web enrollment, and align responder. First we need to configure the first three, then we will configure the last three, and click next. Enterprise CA, next. Root CA, yes, next. And create a new private key, next. And here instead of SHA you need to choose SHA 256, more stronger. Okay, so SHA-256. I select and click next. Then no need to change anything here, click next. And 5 year, it will be valid for 5 years is enough for us, and click next. It will store the database, so it's okay, next. And this is the detail, and click configure. So it will take some time to configure Active Directory, certificate services, certification authority, and it's done. Okay, and click close. Now it's asking the last 3 services. Do you want to configure additional role services? Yes. So click yes. Okay, again user is already there, so no issue. Click next. And now choose the last 3 services: network device enrollment, certificate enrollment web services, and certificate enrollment policy web services. Click next and choose the count for I already add the user to this one, IIS. So let me type administrator and choose ABC@12345. This is the user which we already add to this group. Okay, and click next. If you want to put extra information, you can put, otherwise it's okay. Click next, and it's okay, next. And CNM next. No need to do any changes, no need to do anything. Click next. And again user, so let me select the user, administrator, and ABC@12345, and click OK, and click next. Again next. Choose this one which we configure before this. Click next and configure. That's it. This is the way to configure certificate authority and Windows Server 2012. We will need the certificate later on for Cisco ISE, so that's why I'm going to configure in advance. Okay, so it will take time. After that time, let me open a browser so that we can check through browser that certificate is okay or not. Okay, so let me make them ready. Okay, so this is my browser, and let me type the IP address 192.168.100.230 and cert srv. We can check through this one. Yeah, so it's okay. Administrator and password is ABC@12345. And let me never. So yes, certificate is okay now. You need to type the IP address 192.168.100.230 and then cert srv, means certificate server, and this way you will open the certificate. Now we can request a certificate, we can check the status, and also we can download CA certificate, which we will do later in the course, but at least it's okay now. Through web and also through network, both you can request this certificate. So let me minimize. Yeah, it's done everything. Everything is okay now, and just close this one and close this one. So our certificates authority is now configured, and there should be, yeah, there is certificate authority. You can open it and you can check as well. If you want to create a template, either you want to revoke certificate, issue certificate, okay, pending certificate, fail request, certificate templates, we will use these 2 template, web server, and we can create our own as well later in the course. But anyway, our certificate server is configured and we access them through browser, so it's okay now. So let me go. So we click this one. I go to administrator and I add this group, okay, which I show you. Next we then configure each and everything. Let me go down. If I miss something, so I just want to check and click yes, and then all these things we already done. Click next. It's okay now. This one is also okay. We done this part, and last we done this one, and also I show you how to access certificate server through web. Okay, so through web enrollment HTTP, and then you can type the IP. Even in my system you can access them here, because this my system is basically in my topology this one, so I can access as well. So if I say administrator and abc@12345, so even I can access here as well. It doesn't mean that you can only open them inside the server. No, so I can open it here as well. So it's okay. And then we check later on, we will use them, these certificate. We will request certificate and we will use the CA certificate as well. Okay.